They'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First down, Winston. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Winston now. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, first and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial, make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
Caught left side by Mechie. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jameis Winston. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now a throw here, hauled in. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time, either equal.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans will take over. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. That's one we'll continue to watch here in Week 3 of the NFL season. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Let's go. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
That's a great job of looking the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Winston. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Taken in at the 3. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance.
Jameis now on 1st down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard, a 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down. The Jaguars at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. They go play action now. Lawrence. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and through. And the lead is down to 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half. They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. On 2nd and 9, Winston toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Winston. And that's complete to Cooks. And some room to run now.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a wide receiver's dream, because if they can make that first man miss, a lot of times they turn these into big plays, and that's exactly what happened here.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Christian McCaffrey, his first rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
John Mechie,
as the first half is winding down.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Texans are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a hit and a loose football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Touchdown! From 13 yards out.
And the Jaguars get a bit closer.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
Take it in at the 3. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two,
touchdown Jaguars. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Jaguars take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Hunt will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Winston. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is taken in at the 5. A huge play there for Houston. 53 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To throw is Winston.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep...
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
He finds his target, Allen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Again, it's Lawrence.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jaguars might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. Their momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 30 on second down, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Farmer.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happening?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Now Lawrence on first down.
And his throw is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Running out of the gun with ETN.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From a yard out.
And the Jaguars look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll run with Etienne.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second and goal, Lawrence. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It'll wind up going as a sack and a loss of 2. And now the task gets more difficult here on third and goal.
On third and goal, Lawrence.
Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a fourth and goal. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So following the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 25. Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Winston sneaking it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jags, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas